it's game over. You gotta pass controller, sorry nigga, it's game over. I thought I told you, yeah, it's game over. You dealing with a problem with no answer, it's game over.
Welcome back to the Was That Mean podcast, and of course, I'm still your host. They haven't kicked me off yet. I'm Aaron Freeman, and right now, today, of course, I always like to bring on people from around the way in my area to get their shit out. You know what I mean? But these people right here, there's a group of hard-working brothers. They're not a group, but they run together a lot in the same circle. So I said all of them come on at the same time, so I could talk to them. They all rap. They all bust their ass at rapping like they all work. I respect workers. So, you know, if you're working and you need to get your shit out there, holler at me. I can help you out. Right now, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Man, what's good, Selma, man? Freedom Infinite, Johnston County. You already know.
What's good? Lil C Corleone, a.k.a. Seco Suave, Joko, 919.
What's good? It's your boy Rohan the Great. You already know, LAR representative.
Okay, and I'll start off like this. What would you individually, I'm not going to group y'all together, but individually, what would you consider your style of rap?
Man, I like this new style I've been working on, like for the Nerds in the Hood album, period. It's been on some intellectual shit on some ratchet ass beats. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, you know, every joint you hear is going to be some hard knocking shit. But it's not going to sound like some pointless music. It has concept around it.
Right.
You know, so basically I've just been doing the shit I like to do, but just with different styles lately.
Right. What about you?
I feel like real versatile, but like I got a futuristic / lyrical / trap style and melodic.
Right.
So I do a lot of the melodies, the sing song, auto-tune, all that.
There's a lot of slashes.
Yeah.
No.
We do it all. You can't put me in your box. Feel me?
Okay. What about you?
Right. I feel my boy Corleone right here. We mix it up, man. I do reggae, hip hop, and a little bit of singing. So it's not just typical rap. You know, we got different melodies, different type of beats, different subject matters. I like to talk about my life. No matter what I'm doing, I'm talking about my life. Even if it's a party track, it's something that I actually did at a party or experience. And if it's real life, it's something that happened in my life. So just real life music over banging beats. That's all. And we gotta make sure the bars is ready too.
Right. I'm hearing a real distinct accent. Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Got Jamaican background though, so you're probably picking that up too.
Right. I respect Brooklyn. A lot of my people from Brownsville.
What's up?
90s. All right. So everybody grew up locally in Johnston County, all right? Everybody.
Somewhere half and half.
Yeah. What? Especially because I really know you. What pushed towards the music for everybody? Like, how did we start to get into that lane? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, that shit was far left coming from you.
I know. Shit, man. I was this dude right here.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like a group of niggas. They was rapping and shit. So I was like, shit, I want to rap too. Goddamn, I want to. So you know, one day they gave me a beat and a song, told me to write some shit, told me they was coming to get me to the studio that same Sunday. So I'm like, man, these niggas not coming. You know, so I wrote some shit anyway. These niggas come get me Sunday. Next thing you know, they're like, yo, you trying to go to the studio? I'm like, hell. So ever since then, I just been on it. Mm-hmm. That's been a minute.
Me, it just came from watching 8 Mile. I seen it and I wanted to rap. I was like, oh man, I could do this.
Yeah, that's real shit though. It got me hyped too. I used to have a few bars. Like I said, I got rid of the tape.
Oh man.
Yeah. I might jump on the track though, you know what I mean? I still got some shit, you know. I'm thinking about calling my EP The Chronicles of Nine Fingers. Something along those lines. I'm gonna work that shit in there somewhere.
Hey, that'll sound lit though.
Yeah. It's gonna have 9 tracks. Every song, every joint I drop, only gonna have 9 tracks on it. Just shout out to my missing finger.
But hey, that's a creative concept.
Yeah. You know what? That might be the name of my first album, SOF. Shout out, Missing Finger. Got you. What about you, my boy?
All right, well, I grew up in music. My father was a reggae artist in the late 80s and early 90s, and I grew up watching him. But my uncle introduced me to hip-hop. The first record I heard was the Fugees record, and I was like, okay. I like this too. So I jumped in the hip hop scene, and I kind of fell back from it. Like when I was in New York, ain't nobody really want to rap. Everybody was more concerned with like just girls and playing basketball. And then when I came down here, I had more time to myself, and I was a little bit bored. So I was like, might as well pick that back up just so I don't be bored and have something to take up my time. And ever since then, my brother moved down here. We linked up. We started our own label, and was like, yo, we just gonna hit the ground running. And that's what we did, man.
Speaking of labels, how is it? Okay, because like there's a lot of people that scream out tags or this gang or this brand and stuff like that. So what is the actual steps to having your own label?
First, you got to have some motherfuckers that's loyal.
Right.
Straight up, that's off the string. You got to have somebody that's gonna fit what you aiming for as well. So you can't just have a group of people that don't mesh together. That's not how a team works. You know, teamwork, you got somebody that has a specific job all the time. Other than that, you're gonna have to have, after you get a brain, you have to start gaining your following. So you got to go this where, this, that, where, everywhere, you know.
You got to have music too.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't.
Got to have the product, but yeah, you got to have the product. You got to have a solid product, quality product at that. It can't just have no shit where you were like, yeah, I recorded them shit, and then it sound like you recording in a garage in a soda can mic or some shit. You got to have some everything from visual, audio to how you even dress has to be of quality, you know.
Right. Yeah, because you are your own brand.
Right.
And it's okay. Oh, my fault, bro.
You got it.
Yeah, and it's okay to like record at home if that's what you do.
Yeah.
Just make sure like you invest in like the proper equipment or pay for mixing and mastering. Because like a lot of people don't want to do that, and they got this idea that they're better than they are with the engineering. And, like I even had this problem back when I was younger until I realized I need some help, so I outsourced.
Right. All of that shit's cool. Like, I mean, I got that part. I'm talking about like the business end.
That's
shit.
like
Money.
Like not even the money, but like you could have all of that, and you could say you a label, but you're not officially a label to your actual organization or company. Is that what you were?
Yeah. Like
So once you get it set, and you got to pick your name. And one thing I say is when you're gonna pick your name, actually search your name first that you want to choose, to make sure that there isn't a million people out there with your record label name. That's gonna cause issues. So after you search your label, you go ahead and you pick your corporate structure. Maybe you want to be a corporation, or you want to be an LLC or a sole proprietorship. You figure that out, and then you go from there. You go to Secretary of State. You get your whole situation set up, your whole company. You pick your president, all that, and then you go and you pay, and you set it up the proper way, and then you trademark your logo, and that's how you set up the actual business aspect of it.
I'm actually, like you said, it's always a conversation when you're up here. So shit, like I'm real interested in like a lot of people have trouble picking between LLC and shit like that. Do you know the actual breakdown, to dumb it down for people?
There's sole proprietorship. That's obviously you're one person. You own that entire thing. It could be a personal entity. A corporation could be a sole proprietorship also. But when you're an LLC, you have a group of members that run the company together. It could be equal partners, however, but it's just members. And with a corporation, the company is actually owned by the shareholders. And all the decisions are made because the shareholders vote and they pick their presidents or whoever runs it. But like it's owned by the shareholders.
A lot of people see. I do this podcast out of comedy because I'm just a funny motherfucker, and plus I got 9 fingers. You got to make light of that type of situation. But I like to try to mix that in with a lot of information. So I hope y'all paying attention to like the breakdowns between because LLC and corporation and that type of shit, so proprietary. Because so many motherfuckers, like, it's so easy to have an idea.
Right.
You know what I mean? But after you get the idea, the work it takes to get shit done is where a lot of people shut down at. Right. So dumbing stuff down to make it easier because my dream is that I bring a bunch of motherfuckers on and they start their own shit too. Right. So, like, I feel like it wouldn't be any unemployment if everybody had a business.
Fact.
You know what I mean? If every nigga I meet, I teach them my grind. You know what I mean? Granted, y'all are hard-working motherfuckers, but you see what I'm doing, and you check, like my man said, off camera. Like, I check numbers, so you see that. Right. I think I only been doing this literally since the end of January. Like I got the artwork and just like this is what the fuck I want to do. This how I'm gonna do it. So if I can teach other motherfuckers the same work ethic, but everybody creating something, eventually some money is gonna come to the table.
Right.
So if everybody eating, it just cuts down on a lot of other bullshit. Like,
Ain't no hating because everybody getting money.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like I always, anytime I've ever involved myself in anything, I don't try to be, even though you're gonna have a leader, like running it like you that nigga, it leaves room for the bullshit, and I don't like the bullshit. So like if so many people creating their own lane and their own type of money, like everybody needs a worker, you know what I mean? And you ain't got to treat a motherfucker like they employee, but at the same time, if you get money with other people and everybody else is getting money with other people and everybody's getting money, like yo, when you get money, like you just don't have time for so much other stuff. Like, and I kind of get tired of like even myself. Like every time I think about my fucking legal situation, I kick myself in the ass because it's like damn, my nigga. Like even though this, that, and the third, like yo, what if I just had jumped on this shit earlier, anything like that? I mean, that ain't got shit to do with the music side, but I really like for people to get in their own bag. Like I fucking love to see people get money. Like seeing niggas come up, that shit is like an extra battery in my back. Like when I see that shit make me work that much harder on my own shit. So like that, I'm glad you broke that shit down, because even me myself, like I can read that shit and break it down, but to be able to dumb it down, you know what I mean? I'm glad you got that out.
No problem.
Speaking of dumbing shit down though, my segue game is on point. Do you ever catch yourself, because I consider all of y'all to be lyricists, you know what I mean? And that's a respectful title, so don't take it lightly. But do you find yourself wanting to dumb your music down or make what's popular at the time so that you can maybe get on quicker or anything like that?
Now, if you talking about having to wear like weird clothes and...
I'm just talking about the music itself. I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't really say dumbing it down. I would say more to knowing your demographic and giving them what they like.
So you do that. You
exactly. Like I said, I'm a nerdy dude. Like I said, I know I'm from the South as well. So you know what we like. You know we like the heavy bass shit. But then again, I got people that are smart motherfuckers that like to listen to bars and lyricism too. So you mash them together, and it's pretty good. You know, I'm just saying, as far as like, you know, saying a bunch of ridiculous shit or, you know,
yeah,
all that shit, like, nah, I'm not a fan of that. You know, they can have that, you know, wearing Kool-Aid in their hair and shit. You know, they can have all of that. But as far as like changing what I stand for, the game, not really. What you were?
I mean, well, personally, I like some of that music, but, you know, I know how far to take mine. You know, I have simplified mine over some time. I mean, I used to be the guy that used to only rap like a 90s Southern Nas type dude, or
you are light skinned too.
New York rapper, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah. I had to put the auto-tune in to fit in with my light skinness.
Oh, okay.
And I'm you know, it's working a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, I don't want to dumb it down to the point where I'm not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
I just simplify it a little bit. That way, enough people will like it, and it don't go over everybody's head too much.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, it's about balance. It's not really changing my style or nothing. It's about balance. Because no one is one thing 100% of the time. You're not angry all the time. You're not happy. It's always a balance. So what I do is whenever I'm in a certain vibe, I just create music in that vibe. And then there's a demographic for everything. So if I have a track that's a party track, I'm gonna market it to a party crowd. If I got something that's bar heavy, I'm gonna market it to that crowd. I would say though, like, I do pay attention to what is current and outdated. I'm not gonna like, I love DJ Premier, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not gonna rap on a primo type beat and put it out as a single now. So I am aware of what works and what doesn't work, but I don't dumb it down and change it. I just go with however I feel at the moment.
Yes. I mean, now going at it in that way, I respect. I don't disrespect anybody. Like, whenever you make music, nigga, it's your music. Like, whenever I decide to put an episode on, nigga, it's my episode.
Right.
Fuck what you think. Right. But do you ever find yourself compromising yourself with your music though?
I have, but not so much to where I hate it. Like, anything I put out, I like how it sounds. So sonically, it's good to me, but I know it's not what I used to usually do.
I had to compromise, man. Either it's gonna be rapping for motherfuckers that's gonna pay for my music, or just rap for rappers.
Mm-hmm.
It don't make you feel away?
No, because I still rap. So it's not like, you know, it's not like I'm completely like pop. Mm-hmm. You know, it's still, you gonna hear some lyrical content. It's just more, I'm not gonna be focused on bars the whole fucking track, and to the point where it's down. Where's the hook at? What's this about? You know, you can spit endless bars on tracks, but that's not really gonna get you nowhere but some respect from people. Right. You know, I'm past the getting respect stage. I'm trying to show people we can make albums and songs and shit like that. You feel me?
And I try not to compromise like at all. Really, like I said, if I'm in that vibe, I'm in that vibe. But if it's a wave that I'm not on that wave, I'm not gonna force myself to jump on that wave. Because at the end of the day, I gotta live with my music. So 30, 40 years from now, I gotta hear that back and I gotta say, yo, wow, I really said that. I really said yeah, like 10 times in a row and no bars. So I definitely do not compromise. You don't want to be guilty of that 50 years down the line and like, damn, I tarnished my legacy doing some bullshit.
Okay, so right now, and I want to give jewels away. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't believe in just holding knowledge in to myself. Like, I want to get as much info out as possible. So, just to touch briefly on it, what is your goals in the game? Like, what is your goal in this right now?
All right. My goal is to eventually be able to make a platform where we can have other artists come up and create a scene here, like an actual, like I do see North Carolina being the next epicenter of upcoming artists in the country. Like everywhere else had their run, I think we had that run, and I'd like to play a part. We'll have that run actually. I'd like to play a part in making a scene here, and I want to have an actual structure, a label. I have a publisher company. We doing marketing. I want to have that whole situation set up where I can help push these artists and also solidify my legacy. Because at the end of the day, I want to be able to say I did something. Like my father has respect in his field. Some people consider him a legend. I want to be that when I'm done.
I just want to be the biggest artist in the game, to be honest.
Right. You just have the hoes and the bitches and the money.
Nah, I got a girl, so I ain't worried about the hoes.
I mean, shit happens. I mean, not for me, but shit happens. You know what I mean? Niggas is, you know, you light skinned, so shit happens.
No. Shit, me, man, I just want to be a part of the history.
Right.
Like you open up a hip hop almanac or some shit, and they see like some shit in a time where, dang, these niggas was out here grinding, and you see
yourself.
Yeah, like dang, and then you remember that time. You can go back and read that book and go back in time with some grandkids or some shit. You just want to leave, you know, pick up a book and be like, look, this is what we did. I can show you the CDs, the videos, everything. Mm-hmm. This is why, you know. And then they be like, oh, y'all was in there. Y'all was really doing it. So it's, you know, just being a part of the historical aspect of hip hop itself.
And I feel that too, cause like I said, like I grew up hearing my pop stories, and like now we're in the era where YouTube is there, so they're digging up all them videos from the 80s and putting them, and I'm watching my pops, and like I'm amazed watching my pops in '86 rocking the crowd, and I'm watching all the videos from that era and that time, and everybody's like, yo, big up my father, and everyone's like shouting him out and they're giving him that respect, and like to me that's crazy. And he has all these stories about like how like Shaggy and like Shabba Ranks and all those guys before, they used to come and watch them, and they tell me, oh, I remember when he first came to America, we brought, and like that's crazy to me. Like I want to experience that. I want to be able to tell my kids that, and I want to be able to, like he touched on the money. I want the money too. I mean, I don't want to be super rich, but like I felt like I was put here to make music and do business. I wasn't put here to work a 9 to 5 or work for nobody else. I was put here to be my own boss. So this music is gonna allow me to do that and make sure my kids live a good lifestyle. And I want to also set them up for life in general, because I feel like a lot of us, whether we realize it or not, we start off life disenfranchised. Like, we don't have the opportunities no other races have. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to have something set up where my daughter graduates school. She got her car. She got enough money to go to college. She could go buy a crib. Like, I want all that set up. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, what's crazy is, and I mean, no, not to rappers and artists and shit from the 80s and early 90s, but like, yo, if you listen to a bunch of them stories from niggas in the city, because I'm from a city too, like I'm from Chicago, so, but if you listen to a lot of old New York hip hop stories, like motherfuckers was getting on because like everybody just knew everybody. Yeah. Like, so if my man's they just so happened that motherfuckers was talented as hell, but the circle was so fucking small. Like, yo, this nigga that's extra OG over here in Brooklyn, yo, this nigga got put on because his mans could rap, but he made beats, or he just put his manager, he ended up becoming a legend. Like, so I, not saying that I feel like it was, well, I mean, just being real, like, I feel like it was so much easier to be in the industry back then, because niggas just knew each other, and they just fuck with, and they respected a code, like, yo, this OG right here, like, we need to find a lane for this nigga here, because that nigga, we respect him from our hood, he took care of the hood, and that's just like, I think one of the biggest, and we'll get into what y'all think are disadvantages too, but I think one of the biggest disadvantages when it comes to music in North Carolina, shit is so spaced out. Like, it ain't no, like, to become an epicenter, I think it has to have a focal point. Like, it ain't one place that every artist in North Carolina gotta go through to be considered a North Carolina artist. Like, it ain't an Apollo here. It ain't.
It's about who you know.
Yeah,
you got to know people.
But I feel like if it was like I respect what the Poorhouse does. I respect what, like, you know, being at the D-Pack and all of that type of shit. But I don't like I don't see a place that's like what the tunnel was to New York. You know what I mean? Or nothing like that where niggas gotta go through here. Like, if you're trying to get on, like, you gotta come through this place.
And I think it's because of egos on everyone's parts. Promoters, club owners, artists, producers, everybody got egos, and they won't let the stuff build. You know what I'm saying? If everyone just took it a notch down and know that we all need each other, you know what I'm saying? We all gonna make money off each other. Some of these promoters gotta actually start being promoters. Stop being money hungry people. Like, actually promote. Like, and that's why, like, I started doing a lot of shows out of state, because I felt like these promoters were actually promoters. Like, yo, I like your talent. This is what we're gonna do. Blah blah blah. I could market you to market out here. We paying you such and such. How does that work for you? You know what I'm saying? They're looking about exposing you to other people and making sure you get paid. Here, I feel like, and I'm not talking about all promoters, but I'm just saying what I feel. A lot of the majority. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to offend the ones that's actually going to pay.
He about to get him drop a bomb real quick.
You know what I'm saying? And like, so what the thing is, instead of finding talent that can put on a good show, they're more concerned with getting a fee from artists who are not qualified to fucking perform. So they're going to make you pay. They're going to take your money whether you good or not. Like, I felt like everywhere else, even back in the day, there was a bar. You had to be above this bar or else you couldn't touch the mic. Right. You go somewhere in New York and tell them, oh, you going to rap or you going to rap. Niggas beat you the fuck up and kick you out the club. Like, what you doing here? You know what I'm saying? But here it's like, oh, that's my man. He paid me $50 to perform. He good.
And so, he be straight dookie, bro.
Exactly. And that messes it up.
Ass shit ever.
The crowds don't want to come out. So even if you have your following and you come out and there's 15 shitty artists before you, how are you going to make your fans come back out to listen to 15 piece of shit artists before you? And then you look back at your fans like, yo, why you bring me out to this? And I'm like, nah, just wait. And then now, when your fans leave after you're done because they feel like the other people suck, the promoters get mad at you, they want to badmouth you. But nah, promote your shit properly. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between an open mic and showcase and a concert. If you're going to do open mic, we expect that. But if it's an actual showcase or a concert, they're coming to hear people that are actually good. They have to stop filling their pockets and actually think about the fucking scene.
So basically, like, you gotta pay to be at the Poorhouse and stuff like that.
No,
not them, but like there's certain people that like they'll try to get you like if you new and you don't do nothing, they're like, yo, pay $25, which I kind of understand in the sense they feel like they're doing you a favor. Right. But once you get up the ranks and you got a following, there's no way they should want you to pay for nothing. Like, that's why I kind of I stepped out of that and I started doing my own shows back in 2013, 2012 because I was like, I'm not paying nobody. I'm not filling up your pocket. If I could come and I can bring 50, 60 people starting out back then and you want me to pay you, I'm doing the math in my head. Like, you charging $10? Nah, you're not about to make me pay you and you come up. So I feel like if that changes, then we'd have more quality shows. And don't get me wrong, there are promoters that do like some real good shows. But I'm talking about like if we have it widespread across, like this is the bar, we ain't allowing y'all fake ass promoters to throw no more events, and we say this is the standard we gonna set. I feel like it'll pick up.
So but y'all are already in the promoting game because I was gonna say like I was gonna say like if the shit is out of order, why not just go ahead and do it yourself?
Yeah, we been doing that, like, you know.
Do you just cater to like your lane though?
No, like when it comes to throwing shows and events, you got to know certain crowds and know who to put, you know, together. You can't have the same 3-4 artists performing every show, because, you know, they'll come the first time, but then people get tired of hearing them same songs perform everywhere else. So it's more like you have to learn how to blend shit in, you know, not even just have a show with it. You got to have a theme. You got to have motherfuckers that's going to promote with you and have a little following their own, and you know, and know that your shit gonna jump.
It's a
you know, we Selma boys
too.
so.
It's a couple of artists that I wouldn't mind, like, you know, if y'all throw another event that they come up with niggas is like really, not only are they hungry, but behind the scenes, like, niggas really got some shit happening. So like, we'll talk off camera, but I want y'all to start connecting with them niggas too, cause like I respect the open mic scene and being like y'all niggas being somewhere every week, and these niggas need to start crafting that shit and like really being out there to get a bigger following. Like, nothing wrong with your cousin and them fucking with you hard, but when the motherfucker off the street that don't know you fuck with your shit, that do something else for your confidence, and it give you the refueling you need to get back to work. You know what I mean? Like, if you keep doing shit but you ain't never getting nothing but the same couple likes or the same couple people, like, yo, that shit fire.
You can't do the same shit 3-4 years in a row. Like,
something gotta change. But like I said, off camera, I'm gonna give y'all a few names to reach out to. A lot of what people get to see on the What's That Mean podcast is like, you know, a lot of what I get is, hey man, I want to come on, but, you know, just let me know what we gonna be talking about, you know, shit like that. They don't understand, like, even the behind, like, niggas get the interview, but it be so much shit going on behind the scenes that's just like, I get off on intellect, my nigga. Like, I'm a regular funny ass nigga, but like, I'm smart. Look, first of all, I got a big ass head. Like, it's noticeable. You know what I mean? I got the scully on it. You know what I mean? But it's a big ass head. It's a lot of knowledge up this motherfucker, though. So, like, I really get into so many different types of conversation. Like, a nigga, you couldn't tell me if we got to rapping. Like, when you left, it's like, man, that nigga probably been in the game for a minute, because I know. Like, I know so much shit because I study so much shit. I study so many different people. And like we was talking about off scene, like, if it was a way to, first of all, a lot of what has to do with people is character. Character, personality, flaws. Your character will stand you apart from another motherfuckers, because if you a stand-up nigga, people gonna fuck with you regardless of whatever you doing. Right. If you a stand-up nigga. Your personality. A lot of motherfuckers want the light so bad that they make themselves corny. Like, a motherfucker, with the glow on them, like, it ain't nothing you can do about that shit. Like, you just, if you got the glow, my nigga, like, it's so noticeable that you ain't gotta try. But motherfuckers try so hard to put on the glow that it make the situation corny. So a motherfucker that got a good character might not have a personality for the shit. Or you might have a personality, but you just might not have good character. So it's gonna be hard as fuck to find a person that's got a good personality, got the character for the shit, and then they flaws don't overshadow what the fuck they doing. Cause every nigga got a flaw, right? Whether you bad with money, whether you a lying ass nigga, whether you a nigga that's always late, whatever it is, your flaw gotta be manageable. So if we find us a nigga, or even a woman, fuck it, whoever. We find us somebody that got the glow, a stand-up motherfucker, and they flaw ain't crazy, and we just filter everything through them, or them being a building or a city. Like, my nigga, it's hard as fuck for a nigga that lives. It's a real place in North Carolina called Hatchoo, North Carolina. Literally, the story behind Hatchoo, North Carolina. The people that founded the town all stood around the campfire arguing about what the fuck they was gonna call the town. They literally said the next thing that come out of somebody's mouth, we gonna name this town that. Nigga sneezed. Hatchoo, North Carolina. But it's a nigga in Hatchoo, North Carolina right now that's probably busting his ass on his computer making some fire.
Right.
But who the fuck is going to Hatchoo, North Carolina? You see what I'm saying? Right. The nearest major city from Hatchoo might be fucking Greensboro. Or it might be Raleigh. It might be Durham. It might be Fayetteville.
Right.
You know what I mean? But how fucking far is that away from him? You know what I mean? Right. So, but if he knew that it was going to be like that there, it shouldn't matter how far a person got to come through. Like, I'm pretty sure the drive from Queens to Harlem to get to the Apollo.
Yeah, traffic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, that might not be a hop, skip, and a jump. But motherfuckers know, yo, if I get on at the Apollo, somebody gonna see me.
Right.
Somebody worth seeing is gonna be there. You know what I mean? We ain't got that. So, first thing, my formula for this situation, I'm coming off the top of this shit. It's fucking brilliant. Like, listen to me. First thing we gotta do, we got an artist that's famous from North Carolina. We got that. He has a label. Label being Dreamville. Dreamville needs to have an actual building in North Carolina to where people go to this building, because this is, first of all, it's got a respectable artist there, one of the best in the game, has a respectable label name, stand-up niggas, ain't never heard no bad shit coming out of that camp, right? So, if they have a building, this is where motherfuckers is gonna go to get on. So wherever this building is, the focal point, the building, the open mic system needs to be in that same city. So they have the building, Dreamville building, then they got the epicenter, whatever. Matter of fact, the fucking building could be called the epicenter. And they have an A&R or somebody that goes to open mic night there.
Right.
And they start bringing talent in to Dreamville. And Dreamville is jumping. Shout out to Boz. I fucking love Boz. You know what I mean? Like, then you start putting your shit out through there. But everybody knows, yo, I can come through this city to get that. So Dreamville put on a hot artist, right? Other Def Jam, fucking Epic, all the shits, Columbia, Universal, they all start coming. Like, yo, what's going on? Or they can build a relationship with these other companies that say, yo, we can't do nothing with him, but he might fit over here with y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So then, now we got us a network. Now we got us a filtration system that works. Instead of, hey, we got a hot open mic in this city. Who gonna be there? We don't know. But it's gonna be a crowd. Okay, I'm just going to perform. Somebody heard me. So you taking the chance that just because this crowd was here, anybody might have a cousin that's in the music game, and they say, hey, have you ever heard of this guy? And some organic shit happened in the quasars that you get on through like that. Right now, no offense, motherfuckers, it's like renting a house. You just throwing your money in the ocean. You're not getting nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So all this performing niggas is doing, all of this writing and paying to get your shit produced and all of that shit, it's not for nothing. Like, I mean, you just got a hobby. You got a hobby that you really believe in, which is cool. You know what I mean? But eventually, what is going to end up happening, this talented motherfucker is going to go to another city where they actually do this shit the right way in another state and might end up getting on like that. And it shouldn't be the case.
And I agree with you to a point. Number one, I think like the intent has to be there on Dreamville's behalf.
Right. That's what I say. It should happen.
Yeah, the intent got to be there. And as far as like you said, like, you know, another thing I think is artists need to work on building up their own following. You need to be business savvy, because a lot of artists, like you just said, they're throwing in money into these open mics and performing at these same places for forever for the same fucking people. At the end of the day, if it's 100 people there, it's the same fucking 100 people. So you have 100 fans for 3 years. Like, that's not the way to go. You need to work on building your own personal brand, finding a way to find your niche audience. The internet connects the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing is like, yo, we need someone here. Like, I've never seen Lil Yachty. I've never seen Drake, but I'm a fan. You know why? Because the internet connects me directly to them. So in the meantime, what they need to be doing is finding ways how to market their music to their demographic and make good music. And then if it's good and that's actually your demographic and you actually know what your demographic is, they'll like it. And then you build your following. So in the meantime, you have a name. So even while here is working out their kinks, you can go elsewhere. Like, you can go elsewhere, you can go and say, hey, this is my EPK, whatever, blah, blah, this is what I did. And you can go to other states, and you can go and say, yo, this is what we got here in North Carolina. And they say, oh, shit, these boys from North Carolina came and killed it. And then it shines a light here, too, so where the name is buzzing across the country. And in the same time, I'm not saying to abandon the state, but spread your wings and make some money. Go out there and make some money, because when we going out of state, we getting paid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm bringing that money back, putting it right back in the music, and telling them, yo, there's a lot of nice artists in North Carolina. Y'all need to come up here and link up with some promoters here. We cross-brand y'all. We bring a few of ours. Y'all bring a few of yours, and we do it together. All this got to be smart. Don't just depend on your market. Make your own fucking market.
Billboard. Tell me about that experience.
Well, that was kind of amazing. I did a song, an EDM song, and I had no idea that I was going to be on Billboard. We did it. I put it out, and we had it premiere on Billboard, then MTV.com the next week, and I'm just home like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, you expect as an artist one day you want to get there, but then when it happens before it's time,
yeah, I know the feeling, my nigga.
It's surreal.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It hit you. It was crazy.
It was amazing.
Hit you kinda,
Top of the world.
How what number did it actually reach to?
All right, here's the thing. The Billboard it was actually, I want to clear the air on this too. It was actually a highlight on Billboard.com.
Oh, okay.
We charted on Beatport, which is the top retailer for EDM music, which is like iTunes.
Right.
We charted on there, and we charted on top EDM charts. But the Billboard itself it wasn't the top 100. It was more so Billboard said this is the song. A lot of people when we said Billboard, they got confused and thought that it was automatically charting, but it was Billboard highlighting the song, saying like this is the song.
I mean, but even still to get picked up by syndication like that, that's super major.
Yeah.
What's the highest it got on the EDM ranks?
Oh no, we ranked number one.
Oh, that's fucking amazing. Tours? Did you ever get like show money off of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got paid.
Okay.
We got paid.
Y'all actually set up a tour. It's called Nerds in the Hood. We probably call this episode Nerds in the Hood. But like, how do you set up your own actual tour?
Yeah. You gotta know some people out of state.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you gotta have some artists. You gotta. First off, it wasn't like we did like 2 out of state dates. So we went to Atlanta, and did Warehouse, and then we was in I was in Virginia, Roanoke, but basically it was more of going around North Carolina. Because it was like Nerds Out the Hood. It's like, I'm not in Selma performing, so shit, Nerds Out the Hood. Right. So we pulled up at my dude Major. He had a festival going, and he was like, "Look, pull up. I'll let you perform and da da da." And I put together a couple of my shows, the kind of staple, bringing other artists in from other places to come perform on the tour as well. So it was more just knowing where to go to. And having shit set up when you get there, make some money off of it. They paid niggas to come out to Virginia. Of course, I got a couple of dollars from Wilmington for helping book certain artists coming out that time because he was asking me to help him out. So I was like, shoot, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. Then of course is, we're setting up these shows and blah blah. I ain't never had a bad show yet. I hate been to all my joints, man. We just did Trap versus Boom Bap about 2 weeks ago. It was crazy. I said Filthy Finesse, he was hosting. Mm-hmm. I had Huey Hoffa come out, perform. He won his set. And, it was all about trying to put shit together and keep it, keep it consistent. Like I said, people out here getting money off their music. It's so many ways to get money from this music shit, man. It's not like just sitting there thinking it's gonna come to you. You have to go get it.
Right.
Straight up, I'm telling you.
Like artists, stop wishing for a record deal. Stop waiting around for somebody to put you on. Put yourself on. Get your own following. Reach out to the artists. Build your fan base. Try to sell some of your own merchandise, and eventually the labels will come to you. You might not even need them at that point.
Facts.
But they'll come to you once they see you. Nobody's gonna pick unless you got the connections like that. Because there are some people with no buzz that has an uncle or somebody, a dad that works at this label and woo, and you get signed like that. You're not gonna just get a record deal by sitting in the house putting your music on SoundCloud and tagging people.
True.
It's not gonna happen.
And real quick, just wanted to kind of piggyback off the tour situation. A lot of it for me, because I put together my own tours as well. Like since like 2013, my tours been like I've been putting together. The biggest thing is being able to document what you've been doing in your career, because you could reach out to a promoter. You can say, "Oh, I did this and I did that." Like, where's your proof? You know what I'm saying? You make sure you have things that are documented and you actually being real with yourself as what you can bring and what you've done. Because when you bring that on paper and you have that and they can show that you're a draw and you've done something, that's going to help you get shows and they're going to spread the word to other promoters. So be honest and actually be aware of where you actually are in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
We got tours, we got music, we got performances. What type of groupie love is niggas getting out here, man?
I'm getting none whatsoever.
No comment.
Right. Everybody got
None at all
legs.
whatsoever.
No comment, man. Shout out to Raleigh, though.
Oh, okay. So if y'all missed that, everybody is in a relationship and they're not trying to get themselves in trouble. I didn't mean to fuck niggas up like that. I ain't gonna lie. My bad. I ain't mean to do that. My fault. What everybody got coming up?
I just ordered the copies of Nerds in the Hood, the album, finally. So I'm waiting on them to come back. And once that come back, I guess I'm going to start spreading out the copies and doing whatever. Got a Hillmatic coming up. That's in Chapel Hill. Camp Low performing. ASAP Ty from ASAP Mob is going to be there, but I don't care about that nigga. Camp Low going to be there performing. So I'm going to be out there and I get to share the stage with them niggas. Mm-hmm. It's a whole lot of shit coming up, man, and it's everybody got something jumping. I know he got something jumping. I know he got something jumping. It's, most of our artists, when we got some big shit coming up, we don't really like to say much about it.
Right.
It's more.
I could drop some jewels though. I got the my single hit. I leaked it Saturday. It actually comes out on the 28th, but I leaked it Saturday. Internet is going crazy. A lot of radio play set up for that. A lot of big write-ups, magazines, stuff like that. So that's the first single off. I actually have an EP coming out called Vapors. It's actually the first time I'm talking about it. So EP Vapors coming out.
I get them exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah. I'm also I have a follow-up reggae single to my single Summertime that's been buzzing on the radio.
That's shit, right?
Good looks. It's called Island Girl. We're setting up the Island Girl tour. It's an international tour.
Okay.
We're hitting all the islands.
If you need a nigga to bring you out, let a nigga know. You know what I mean? I'm ill with this shit. Trust and believe.
And I got another EDM. I dabbled in the EDM before. We trying to be back on Billboard, MTV, and all
Man, I'm
that.
about to get on the fucking track, man. What's that mean, Records B? We out here. My bad, I had a moment. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's all good. Like we gonna make some music.
Yeah.
All right, but that's just pretty much just tours, music, and everything.
Right.
I got my video for my song Make It Stack coming out. I got Make It Stack
Fire.
dad hats for sale.
Okay.
$20 a pop. These joints is lit. Trust me.
Okay.
Hashtag Make It Stack. The video dropping soon. I got a new project coming out. I'm shooting for the fourth quarter.
Right.
And we'll be performing in Charlotte, North Carolina this Thursday.
But by the time this comes out, Yeah, by the time this come out, you probably would have already performed. But you did perform. He performed in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he tore that bitch down.
Yeah, it is this Thursday.
Okay.
We'll be in Wheels Wednesday for the.
It ain't the 30th.
Hey man, y'all.
I thought it was the 30th.
Hey, look, y'all talk about that shit.
They forget I know.
Look, how can everybody get at you?
Social media, just follow me on social media. Twitter, Instagram is at Ron the Great MC. ROHAN DAGREAT MC. That's Twitter and Instagram. And Ron Hilton, that's my personal joint. Don't do too much.
Real
with
quick,
that.
how can people get to you?
Freedom Infinite everything, man. Facebook, Freedom J Smith.
Alright, I'm bugging. It ain't this Thursday's the 30th. But Cico Suave, CICO _SUAVE on my Instagram, and everything else, Little C Corleone, LILCC.CORLEONE. Just type in Little C Corleone and you'll find it on Instagram and everything.
Yeah, we'll just put it in.
Little C Corleone.
Yeah. Make sure y'all follow these hard-working young men. They got plenty of big shit to come up. They can't tell you everything because you motherfuckers is nosy. You might tell somebody. I mean, I'm just letting you know. This is the internet. Shit gets out. Rumors get started every day. Thank you for coming. You know, y'all definitely bless the couch. Y'all welcome to come back.
Appreciate
you know what I mean? Anytime, you know what I mean? And we can get into more conversation. It's a lot we didn't get a chance to get into. I know it's a lot that y'all could have said, but you know, time restraints is time restraints. We gotta respect the clock.
The walk back soon.
Yeah,
For the battle, I'm definitely here for that battle.
I want to see. I want to look.
Yeah. Definitely come in. I mean, get involved. Shit, fuck it. Spit a few bars. You know, I might spit a few bars.
Yeah,
do something.
The Hot Ron Flamer said he killing everything.
That's what he said. We're gonna see what happens. Once again, if you wondering if this podcast is for you, it's for everybody, man. If you ever woke up and said, you know what, I'm gonna get me some Fruity Loops and I'm gonna make me a track. My nigga, this podcast is for you. If you ever been telling bitches that you a rapper just because you got a new chain from the mall, yeah, this podcast is for you. Because you's a pump faking ass nigga. And, you know, sometimes you got to pump fake to get the buns. You know, sometimes it happens. If you've ever booked a show and didn't show up, hey, this podcast is for you. Moral of the story is brush your tongue. There's a lot of stinking ass mics out here. And it comes from people not brushing their tongue.
For years.
Yeah. I mean, does that have anything to do with anything? No, I just don't like bad breath. But at the end of the day, it's my show, so I get to say what the fuck I want to. It's the What's That Mean podcast. We out.
It's game over. You got a pass controller. Sorry, nigga, it's game over. I thought I told you. Yeah, it's game over. You dealing with a problem with no answer. It's game over.
Right now, and I want to say, you know, on the East Coast from the DMV area, going through a big epidemic, man. Today is March the 23rd, and when I recorded this, in the last 24 hours, 14 African American girls had been abducted in the last 24 hours in DC, and we got to do something to bring attention to this. So if you're a consistent follower, if you like this podcast, if you got a daughter at home, whether white, black, Hispanic, blue, green, red, or whatever, make sure you start getting at the news, man. We need national coverage on this because these kids are not only coming up missing, but when they're found dead and their organs are missing. And we cannot have that. We cannot let it go. This is very serious, man. I'm taking this very serious. So if you love this podcast and you love me being the host and you love children, please find a way to get the news out, man. These little kids need to be returned home. Shout out to the parents of those children. I know you're going through. We praying for you, and we just hope for safe returns. We praying for safe returns of all the kids, man. Once again, man, it's the What's That Mean podcast. We thank you.